The African bush elephant population in Botswana has grown from around 63,000 in 1995 to around 126,114 elephants in 2018. National parks in Botswana are home to around 25,000 elephants, wildlife management areas contain around 72,000 elephants, and unprotected areas contain around 27,000 elephants. When hunting was suspended in 2014, and photographic tourism was unable to take over the hunting concessions within the wildlife management areas, the majority of Botswana's elephants were left without effective protection in the majority of their range. According to CITES, or the Convention of International Trade of Endangered Species, the 2022 quota for legal export of elephant hunting trophies is 400 elephants. The actual quota for 2022 in Botswana for elephant hunting was 294 elephants. This total quota doesn't even make up 1% of the entire elephant population in Botswana. The quota is separated between citizen hunting areas, which are resident hunters only, community managed areas, which is for CBNRM, or community-based natural resource management, trophy hunting, and concession areas, which are leased by trophy hunting concessionaires where no communities are present. Citizen hunting areas receive a quota of 66, or 22.4% of the entire quota. Community managed areas receive a quota of 114, or 38.8% of the entire quota. And concession areas receive a quota of 114, or 38.8% of the entire quota. And just because a quota is set at a certain amount doesn't mean that that number will necessarily be reached. According to the CITES trading database, in 2021, a reported 67 elephant trophies were exported from Botswana. Wildlife habitat in around 22% of Botswana's total territory is protected by hunting concessions and community managed areas. Around 17% is designated as protected areas such as national parks and game reserves. The rest of the wildlife habitat available in the country is designated as citizen hunting areas. Elephants aren't the only species that benefit from this wildlife habitat preservation. Other vulnerable endangered species found and or protected in areas managed for hunting in Botswana include lions, leopards, pangolins, cheetahs, brown hyenas, African wild dogs, giraffes, and the secretary bird. In reference to this map of hunting areas in Botswana, every single national park is buffered by a diverse mix of hunting concessions, community managed areas, photographic tourism blocks, and citizen hunting areas. This wide array of land uses is crucial to Botswana's conservation model. Before the moratorium on hunting was established in 2014, communities involved with the Community-Based Natural Resource Management Program, or otherwise known as CBNRM, generated $7,382,097 from trophy hunting, in comparison to $2,374,077 from photographic tourism. Trophy hunting generates nearly 2/3 of all revenue gained by the CBNRM programs in northern Botswana. When looking at the amount of revenue provided by both trophy hunting and photographic tourism, an important factor to consider is how much of this money actually remains in the country. A study done across sub-Saharan Africa found that in Botswana's case, 75% of trophy hunting revenue remained in the country compared to only 27% of photographic tourism revenue, while the rest was leaked to companies overseas. Botswana provides an excellent case study on the effects that trophy hunting moratoriums can have on communities when not properly implemented. Before the trophy hunting moratorium in 2014, Botswana generated on average around $20 million per year from trophy hunting. In a study focusing on two communities, Farahudu and Dishiping, the former became defunct due to the trophy hunting moratorium, due to their area not being suitable for photographic tourism, while the latter, despite generating revenue from photographic tourism, only had around a 3% approval rating for the moratorium. 97% of the community believe that the moratorium had a negative impact on their community due to increased conflict with elephants and loss of revenue. There are concerns that trophy hunting isn't regulated. I would like to address those concerns with the following information. The African bush elephant population in Botswana is included in CITES Appendix 2. This means that CITES permits are required to export and import any products from the species, such as hunting trophies. Once an elephant bull is hunted, the outfitter must turn in the lower jaw, tail, and tusks to a licensing officer to verify that the elephant was harvested legally and that the elephant is a mature bull. If the licensing officer is not satisfied with the information, the outfitter fails to provide one of these items, or the elephant is immature, the licensing officer will withhold the trophy from the hunter and the outfitter and claim government ownership of the animal. This is done to ensure that only mature bulls are legally harvested. Elephants may be legally killed in self-defense. However, the elephant becomes the property of the government and the meat can only be distributed by the government if it chooses to do so with the carcass. Elephants are listed as a partially protected species, meaning that they may be legally hunted between April and September, with hunting being illegal from October to March. Any non-resident hunting in Botswana must be accompanied by a registered professional hunter to ensure that the correct animals are being hunted and that all laws are being followed. Hunting from a vehicle is also illegal. Poaching for ivory is the main threat to elephants in Botswana, and studies have shown that the hunting moratorium may have correlated with an increase in poaching. A study found that during the hunting moratorium between 2014 and 2018, elephant poaching increased by 593%. 156 elephants were confirmed as poached in 2018, with estimates of 385 elephants being poached between 2017 and 2018. In contrast, a study done on the CBNRM program in Botswana finds that while results are mixed due to a variety of factors, the successes in the program have shown that community-based natural resource management, when properly regulated and maintained, can have positive impacts on biodiversity conservation and rural development. The government of Botswana currently has a functioning elephant management plan that describes the following facts. 1. Elephants form 30% of Botswana's biomass. 2. Elephants are responsible for 42.7% of human-wildlife conflicts. 3. 16 elephants were killed by the Department of Wildlife and National Parks due to conflict issues in 2019. 4. Elephants are a water-dependent species, and potential loss of water due to climate change, creating a drier climate, may reduce the range of elephants. And 5. Before the hunting moratorium in 2014, the total offtake of elephants at its peak in 2013 only amounted to 322 elephants. This only amounted to 0.2% of the population. According to hunting data collected between 1996 to 2013, tusk sizes in elephants remained constant in controlled hunting areas, and there has been no indication of trophy hunting causing a reduction in tusk size. This is in response to claims made that trophy hunting impacts the gene pool and negatively affects tusk size. The Botswana government spends on average around $2.4 million to compensate wildlife damages, mainly caused by elephants. The sale of hunting licenses helps to cover these costs. The intention of this video is not to make you love or ardently support trophy hunting. It is meant to broaden understanding by introducing more information and more facts into this nuanced conversation about wildlife conservation.